Hello students, this is module 4 part 2 revision switching system software. This has to be read in a digital switching system written by Syed Darali, chapter number 5. These are the list of the expected questions in the question paper. The first one is the most expected one, which tells you about the basic software architecture of a DSS, which is expected for 10, 12 or 8 marks. Related to the same diagram, you can have a simple question called explain the software level 1, level 2, level 3, then classification, call models. This is one of the most expected question. So rarely you can expect this one. So most rare expected question. And the last one is again a most expected question. Feature flow diagram for call forwarding feature. Let us go through the first one. The first one is the most expected, and if you have an idea, so you can use the same explanation for any question. Basic software architecture of a typical DSS. I hope in the building blocks of the DSS you'll remember everything. Remembering diagram and remembering the things which are written on the operating system is important. So here the first thing is you need to explain the basic software architecture. The basic software architecture is a quasi distributed, that is modular software architecture, which will be having high levels and low levels. Usually it is divided into 3 levels: level 1, level 2 and level 3. Level 1 is the lowest level control, where you will be expecting only line modules and trunk modules. All those modules are connected to IC, that is interface controller. That means the major component connected in level 1 is this. And what type of operating system is expected here means you'll be having recovery software, operating system level 1, kernel and hardware. Again, to a single NCP, one interface controller is connected. It doesn't mean that only one IC is connected. So you'll be having network. So network control processor. Many network control processor will be connected, which will be duplicated in the level 2. And afterwards they'll be connected to the higher level processor called central processor. So here how the priority goes, that is important. First thing is you need to explain operating system. So operating system is nothing but a system which will control whole software. That means it is just like a manager. So here you'll be having many system softwares, that means time sharing system, like that. But here this operating system used in DSS is a real time system, because you'll be expecting telephone communication here, which will not be disconnected for any few moment of time. For that purpose it is a real time operating system. And afterwards, so you need to explain the second point, that is nothing but the kernel. The kernel is nothing but the heart of the operating system, where it will actually schedule the program, which will store everything, which will give the priority, and it also uses interrupts also. The next thing is, so in the lower level you have recovery software, and afterwards you have kernel. And if you come for this level 2, along with the same 4, you'll be expecting one more. It is DBMS, which is most thing expected in the diagram. Database management. So here the customer details will be stored in the file. It will be in terms of the rows and columns. So that type of data is actually called tuple. If you have two data, that means two dimensional data, so it is actually called pair. And if you have n data, it will be called n tuple. So that means whole customers details like numbers, address, so like that everything will be stored in terms of the table. And in the last one, central processor, as it is the controlling unit for DSS, so you'll be having 3 softwares here: application software, switching software and recovery software, along with the DBMS. After explaining DBMS, so you need to just explain, so how does the generic program work, because generic program is the heart of the basic program system. In the generic program, it consists of all the softwares which are needed for processing the switching functions. For example, CP. So for the central processor it needs maintenance software. For NCP it needs the network, that means connection software. and for line modules it needs some peripheral software. Like that, many softwares are needed, that is listed in the concept of generic program. That means for this question you need to explain 4 concepts. The first one is operating system, the second one is the kernel, and the next one is the DBMS, third one, and the last one is nothing but the generic program, concept of generic program. So it is a lengthier question. Depending on the marks you need to extend or reduce the answers. The next one is a simple theoretical question, sometimes expected with the diagram. The diagram for this is the previous one, same diagram. So explain the software architecture level 1, level 2, level 3 control. Remembering each at each points is important. So the first one, the components are listed here. That means first priority. The level 1 actually have lowest level. Then the level 1 consists of line modules, trunk modules and IC, and it consists of, if you remember the diagram, operating system level 1, and the number of circles are 4, and the hardware content, and the common softwares used, and important hardware used is nothing but the IC, and it has local recovery. This point is important. So why this is having local recovery means because this is the lowest level. So if the line module fails means, so you can recover, that means you can reconnect another one. If you come for the second level, so it is intermediate level. Along with line modules, trunk module, IC, it consists of NCP with operating system level 2, and number of circles you can remember. Along with that you have recovery. Common softwares or common things are represented in each levels are this. And one more important thing expected at this level is DBMS, that means database management system, along with network. And why this is crucial means, so because if you go back for the diagram, if one NCP fails means number of interface controller connected to one NCP fails. In turn, one interface controller is connected to so many line and trunk modules. For that purpose, recovery of this is very difficult. You'll be having dedicated NCP and also design specific NCP or independent NCP. Dedicated NCP means, so it will be acting as master, that means it is own master. So design specific means, so it is not a master. Directly if this fails means directly the control is given for the central processor. That means 2 types of recovery procedure. Next, highest level, because the controlling unit is represented in this level, and you'll be having switching, application recovery here, and the recovery is most crucial at this level. So you'll be having a matched mode, so you'll be having a standby mode. So that means the central processor will be duplicated always. Whenever one central processor fails, the second, that means active processor, will replace it by another one. Most theoretical question, so you need to just concentrate on points and components. If you remember this diagram, then it is easier. Then it is a lengthier answer question, third one. Explain the software classification. The diagram is easier, but how to represent this in terms of sentence is difficult. Usually you'll be having 5 classifications. In 5 classification, 2 classifications are represented in only one block: switch software and maintenance software with SMS, then office data, translation data, and switch feature software. In the diagram you can observe each block is connected to one central block, that is control and call processing software. It is nothing but your generic program with 2 arrows. So to the center it is connected with the bold arrows, that means direct hardware connection, and these types of the dependencies are software connections. For each at least 4 to 5 points has to be listed. In the switch software, so the components which are listed, that means the software which are needed for the switching are listed here. For example, central processor means central processor software. For that, peripheral software for the lower level, network software for the middle level. So like that you will be having many softwares which is included in the switch. Then if it comes to maintenance, so the maintenance are two: supplier initiated maintenance or it may be owner initiated maintenance. So what is listed in the software means you need to do continuous routine testing here, and you may need sometimes the support of OSS, that means operation support system, like that. Many systems will support just to maintain the switching system. And then we have office data. In the office data, it is just a DBMS. You need one mainframe computer which will store everything. So what will be listed in office data means you need to list some hardware parameters and some software parameter. At least try to remember 3 important points in hardware and 3 important points in the software. What is hardware means number of line modules connected and the number of lines connected to each line module, number of trunks connected, number of ICs, like that. What is in software means in the software it comes for the system while working. It is the number of AMA register, that means automatic message accounting register, or how does your AMA works, that means so buffers and the registers where it stores the data or the time, like that it is listed in the software. Then translation data, fourth one. In the translation data, so the translation data is listed by the supplier itself. So you'll be having translations ISD calls, or you'll be having STD calls. So we are talking about only the landline communication where we have first 3 numbers or 5 numbers are identified, that are identified after dialing. And here in the translation it will be providing call blocking, conference calls, so like that, blocking a call, giving alarm, so like that, all those are listed in the translation data. And nowadays you'll be getting new inventions that are nothing but the feature software, the last one. So you may be having SCP, ISDN, so like that connections. So all those are listed in the switching feature software. So remember at least 4 to 5 points under each, try to list them and try to notice the difference in the arrow marks. It is a most expected question. Explain call models and just represent the steps in the connect sequence. If you remember the steps, every explanation is in the step itself. So usually the call is divided into two: connect and disconnect. First one is it will scan it, then detect unhook, continuous testing is done. After that translation is done, then connect the dial tone. After connecting dial tone, because when you lift up the receiver you will hear dial tone, so all these steps have to be done in within 3 seconds. Sorry. Then afterwards, so it will receive the digit, then access the network map, so wherever your called customer is, then order the network for the connection by hunting it. After getting the second customer, it will establish the path. After establishing, it will ring the party. Then you can just get the answer busy. So if he is free means he will answer. So if it's engaged means he will get a busy tone. Then after getting connection, it will update the network map. Whenever the person starts talking, so the AMA register will start. Then in the disconnect sequence it is reverse. The first one is same, then detect on hook. So don't get confusion. Half hook means it is the transmission start, that means communication start. On hook means the connection is disconnected. Again testing is done. After testing, it will order the network to tear down, then update it. If the communication is stopped means, so you need to stop AMA timing. So rather than going through the explanation, try to practice these steps, and these steps has to be written in order. As I told, this is the most unexpected question, software linkages during a typical call. Remembering this diagram is critical, so still you can remember by practicing it. You need to start explanation from line control unit. The line control unit first traces the status of the program, and afterwards, so it will provide the network status to the control program, then to the switching fabric. If you get your customer which is at the same exchange, again the controlling is given for the line service circuit. I hope you remember the function of service circuit. If your subscriber, that means second subscriber, is in the same exchange, it will give the necessary service for the particular subscriber. What may be the necessary subscribers need means providing dial tone, ring tone or ringing current like that, or any network services are needed, that has to be given. Then afterwards the same thing is given on this side also. It is trunk control. If it is in the trunk, that means in the other exchange, so it will be traced. Again trunk service circuit will be connected to the corresponding trunk modules. Whenever it is doing this, the call processing software has to monitor everything. I hope this is nothing but the classification of the software. That call processing software is connected to what? Maintenance. And this is nothing but your switching software. Then office and translation data, and this is the last one, feature programs. Every program needs backup. For that you have one computer, so where it will store it, and you have even disk unit also just to store the backups. And this is nothing but your automatic account register. That means, so to know the calling time, so how many seconds the communication has done, because depending on that time the rate of the communications will be fixed. So this is about the software linkages during a typical call. The last one, it is the most expected in every question paper. Feature activation for call forwarding. I hope nowadays if you are using mobiles, you may be knowing so how the call is forwarded. For example, when you go for call forwarding means whenever you get a new number, you'll forward a call after one ring or two ring, because you can't provide the new number for every person. For that, call will be forwarded, so for at least 1 week. So for that you have three procedure: feature activation, then operation, then deactivation. In the activation, it is nothing but activating the call. That means how to forward a call. So it start with, again customer goes half hook. First dial of activation code, that means activation code is started. It will check the validity whether the number is correct or not. If the activation code is not correct, it will reject it. If it is correct means it will provide the second dial tone, that means it will connect to the next number. Then ring the call party once, so it will ring the call party once. Then afterwards that number will be recorded, because every time, so the call forwarding is done means every time the call number will be recorded. This is about the activation of the call, that means how to forward a call. After forwarding, how does the feature will operate, that means how does the call forwarding is happen means, for an incoming call you need to check whether the line is active, that means whether you have forwarded call. If you have forwarded call, then again do the same thing, ring the call party once, then afterwards simulate the number dial, that means store the number. If you don't have that, then proceed with the normal call, that means so just connect to the same number, no call forwarding. For example, you call forwarded for 2 to 3 weeks means you need to deactivate means, so you need to dial of deactivation code. Again it will check the validity. If deactivation code is correct means it will off the forwarding, otherwise it will reject the forwarding. Most expected question, because it is very easy. It is just like a flow diagram. The flow diagram will show how the subscriber will move from the first step to last step. So it is about the feature flow diagram. So all those questions in this chapter consists of only diagrams. Try to practice diagram so that you can write explanations clearly. Thank you.